Makes me think about this stuff right here because hell, bro, hell is one of the. It's a big talk. It's a lot of debate. It's a lot of stuff people have been thinking about.
Oh yeah.
What does it look like? What happens when you die? Will I go to heaven? Will I go to hell?
And
I think about it a lot.
It kind of ties in with obviously religion, but also spirituality, right? Because we've all grown up to believe certain things, right? But what's the truth? Everyone, welcome back to the Screaming Chewy Show, and we're doing Dreamcore conversations. If you guys remember Delvinco, right? My co-host in these episodes. And we're doing something different. We're doing a series, actually, different topics, different elements. And first topic, hell. So, pretty interesting. Gets a little bit dark, but, lighthearted, a lot of jokes, but very deep conversations, very good opinions, amazing conversation, as always with you, brother.
Talk about so much. It's so crazy this episode.
We're in October, getting to the spooky season, so explains to Abby. And yeah, we're here. It's a trippy ass world, and you ready, bro? Let's get in there, bro. You ready?
Let's get into it.
Yeah,
What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I'm a fucking Screaming Chewy. It's been a while since we've done a fucking talk, one of these Dreamcore conversations and shit. Yeah, what level are we on now? Our episode?
8.
Number 7? 8. Okay.
Wait, fuck, or 7. One of those. One of those.
Either or. You guys will figure out whenever we're done editing and shit like that.
It'll be in the title. You'll see the number.
It'll be around. Yeah.
But
see, here we're in hell.
I'm not gonna
Fire.
lie. It's kind of beautiful. Bro.
Yeah. Peaceful. Nah.
And but everybody watching or listening, we're in VR right now, virtual reality. If you want to watch it, it's on Spotify and YouTube. But if you want to listen, it's YouTube. On Apple. Everywhere else. Sorry, we've been
anywhere you want to listen to a podcast, you could find Bro's podcast.
Yeah,
it'll be called The Screaming Chewy. Oh man, a fucking good amount of Kool-Aid. I had the blue Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah, so we're doing Dreamcore. Anybody that's new, this is Dreamcore Conversations, a podcast me and Delvinco started, but it's on my platform, Screaming Chewy Show. But yeah, man. So we're in hell. So it's kind of beautiful.
It gives me like
a little hot.
Yeah, no, it makes me think about some things. Like. You know that the Egyptian version of hell, it's called the Duat.
Wait, tell me about that. That sounds fucking interesting.
So I could be murdering the way it's said or pronounced or whatever that you want to call it. But
hey, we're trying.
Like
and you're dyslexic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a little retarded. But. It's like a passageway or whatever, like a lot of movies they talk about it, like it being like a passageway from life to death to your afterlife, and it leads to like Elysium or whatever you want to call it, that type of heaven or whatever. I know in Greek mythology or in Egyptian mythology it's not called Elysium. I want to say Elysium is for like Greek death and stuff like that. That's the heaven they go to and stuff. I don't know what the Egyptian heaven is. But I know that the Duat is supposed to be like the underworld for the Egyptians and stuff, and then that's where like the two spiritual beings weigh your life out practically. Okay. They weigh it against like a feather or something. So if your life is like heavier than a feather or whatever, like the weight you've lived, what you've been through is heavier than a feather, and you go on to heaven. But if the feather outweighs your life, your existence, then you go to the underworld, like the
so
actual
that's the
underworld.
Judgment, the feather.
Yeah, the judgment. Yeah, makes me think about this stuff right here because hell, bro, hell is one of the. It's a big talk. It's a lot of debate. It's a lot of stuff people have been thinking about. What does it look like? What happens when you die? Will I go to heaven? Will I go to hell?
And
I think about it a lot.
it kind of ties in with, obviously religion, but also spirituality, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we've all grown up to believe certain things, right? But what's the truth, right? You were raised
No
to
one
believe
knows.
this, but is that the truth, right? Like,
Most likely, probably isn't. For the way things are, the
exact.
chances of possibilities, probably wrong. Hell probably isn't fire.
So if you ask me, right, I don't mean to
It looks
get,
trippy.
I don't mean to get controversial, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's also part of manipulation, right? By
Mm-hmm.
religion, government, basically like Santa Claus for grown-ups, right? You don't
Yeah,
behave, you don't get a present, right?
like Santa's
But
not gonna visit you. Satan's gonna visit you now.
yeah, exactly, right? And
Some
you know,
dyslexic adult.
yeah, that's what I believe in anyway. I could be wrong, like I said, but there's so many different religions and beliefs, right? And they're all so different. Like, who's right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking knows.
Nobody
Nobody know.
knows.
But you know, everybody's like, no, 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 I'm right. Everybody else is wrong. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, but they instill that fear in you, right? Like, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
listen to us, you don't listen to the church, you're going to the bad place.
I'm gonna go
You
to the
know?
no place. Time out for
Yeah,
eternity.
yeah. But that's just my belief. But yeah, I love how you went into different. Right away jumped into Egyptian, and I
Mm-hmm.
love, I love how you just jumped into different beliefs. Because we could have just jumped into
Dude,
Christianity, but most people already know that
everyone
type of
knows the
hell.
Christianity hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I love to like study like all the different types of religions, or what do you call it? Not even religions. It's like
beliefs
mythology,
or
I guess you could call it.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
calling Christianity mythology. I call all those different things mythologies because no
yeah,
one knows if it's facts. No one knows if it's facts.
yeah. Facts,
Like
for real, for
like
real.
one of the biggest things that I always think about too, and this doesn't fall into any type of religion or any type of mythology
Hmm.
or anything like that. This is just my personal thoughts on where we go when we die.
Yep.
What
About
if heaven
hell.
and hell doesn't exist? What
Oh,
if where you go in your afterlife, when you die, is just your last dream? And if you predominantly have good dreams, then you go to a good dream for the rest of your eternity. But if you regularly have bad dreams, your consciousness sends you into your last dream, which is bad dream, which is a nightmare. But when you die, there's a release of drug. I forget what it is, the name of the
DMT.
drug, but it's is it DMT. That's the last
Yep.
splash of DMT that
Yep.
you have before you die.
That's
It
DMT.
multiplies your whether it be good dream or bad dream, like
Mm-hmm.
ecstasy does.
Yeah.
Ecstasy is
Yeah.
supposed to be an emotional and like
Amplifies
multiplier.
it.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like if you're happy and you take ecstasy, you're happy times 5. If you're
Yeah.
sad, you're sad times 5. It's a multiplier. Same thing with the DMT with your last dream. If you regularly have good dreams, then you take that last splash of DMT. When you pass away, when you die, you forever, and then you have like an everlasting good dream times 1,000. Or you have a negative dream that's horrible, your worst nightmare times 1,000 forever.
Bro, that's fucked. Okay. What if
Yeah.
my last dream I was riding an elephant through a rainbow bridge? I mean, do I
And
live
your
well?
last dream's gonna be like fucking Norse god mythology, Egyptian shit mix,
Ooh.
you know?
Okay. What if
Because
it was a wet
the
dream?
elephants are Egyptian.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Ooh, you're gonna have a good dream. That's a good dream right there. Your last dream, you're Hugh Hefner.
Or
That's
fucking Johnny
dope.
Sins.
Fuck. Good luck. It goes from a really good dream forever into a fucking horrible bad dream. It makes me think though too, like, how long is an infinite?
Mm.
Like,
Okay.
there's people I forget where I've heard it, but they said that they lived 10 infinities.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Um.
is there a cap? You think?
Well, you know what? There's people that's been in comas, and
Mm-hmm.
they've experienced hell. Like there's people that had near death experiences and they died, were in a coma, and they experienced hell.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has different experiences, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But one of the people, they were just in complete darkness, right? And of course, time, there's no time, right?
There's no trace
But
of time. Yeah, there's no
yeah,
telling.
so this person died. They brought him back to life, but they were in a coma. Their brain dead, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was just complete darkness. But they could hear the people talking to them
Ooh.
in real life, right? Now, there's other people that went to hell and it was horrible, like the Christian hell that most people would believe in, would you think of,
Yeah.
right? When you say that
Gargoyles
word,
hanging off
hmm
cliffs, looking at you, ready to stab you
fire,
with pitchforks.
yeah,
All your
and,
celebrities you love burning in cages and shit.
yeah, and so that makes me question, like, okay, is everybody's hell different, right?
Mm.
Or is it in your head because everybody has a different brain, different thoughts, different experiences, different beliefs, right?
Different fears. Yeah.
So, but these people that
Oh
had
shit, my
these
bad.
experiences, they actually were dead. Their heart stopped and came
Mm.
back and
Yeah,
had
yeah.
totally different experiences. So, who's to say what version of hell is real, right? And like you were saying, right? Was it your
Mm-hmm.
your brain making that, right? Like
That last
nobody,
dream, that last thought.
yeah, nobody really fucking knows. But some people died and went to hell and had a okay experience. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. But
But
some
it wasn't
people
the
had it,
worst thing they can
yeah.
imagine.
But some people had it the worst thing they imagined and came back. You know what I mean?
Man, that's terrifying, bro.
Yeah. So that it kind of goes along with what you're saying, and I believe that as
Mhm.
well. It's pretty
Well,
crazy.
there's this lady, this African American lady. She was a little on in age and stuff. She had a
Hmm.
dream. Well, what she said was, it wasn't a dream. What she said was that God took her. She passed away. She was just like sitting there, and
Hmm.
then 1 second she's there, and next second she's dead, and she's in hell. And she wasn't in hell like she was in hell. Like it wasn't like she was being sent to hell. She went to hell and she was with somebody. I don't know if it was God or if it was an angel or something like that, but
But
it
they
showed
guided
her
her.
hell. Yeah, they showed her hell, and what she was looking down at was Biggie Smalls in a like fucking jail cell in the side of a fucking mountain, a big ass hole that was inside the mountain, like a big old hole. There was these bars that were just in the fucking in the mountain itself, like all like the bottom spokes were
Oh,
pushed into the ground, and the top spokes were pushed into the ground, and there was a door, a cage. And all she saw was Biggie Smalls there, like crying and screaming
what the
and yelling
fuck?
and stuff like that. And then
What?
she said that when she focused really good, she saw that there were also other beings there, like these tall, gigantic. I think she said there were either anywhere. I think there were 12 or there were 21, like feet high, like
Wow.
height. Like they were gigantic as beings, and you couldn't see
Hmm.
their skin because it was so dark, but you could see their eyes. And that now and then they would open the door. Oh shoot, my bad. Now and then I had the little map in my hand, but now and then
Hmm.
they would open the cell and they'd grab Biggie and they'd bring him to a fruit processor or food processor,
What?
like a juicer, and they'd put him in this juicer, and then they'd push the thing down, and his whole body would be chopped up and pushed out through the machine, and he'd
Like
be
a
like a mess on
sausage.
the floor, like a juicer, like orange juice.
Oh,
Like they juiced him. It was a big old thing that they put inside the machine and they pushed down, and it bladed, it bladed him through, like it grinded him through, like a sausage, I guess. Yeah, but like I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't there. But
hmm.
she said that he would be on the ground, a mess, just blood and organs and just stuff, and then he'd rematerialize. And then they did that a couple of times, again and again and
Just to
again and
torture
again and
him.
again. That was apparently that was his hell. And then finally they'd be like, okay, he's done being tortured, and they'd grab him and they'd put him back in the cell. And then she said that it was like his like he was being burned from the inside out,
Oh,
like from the internal of himself. from the outside. I don't know if she said there was flames or not, but it was like he was screaming in pain and agonizing pain, like he was on fire.
Bro, what the
And
fuck?
then the being took her from hell and then like plopped her back in her body or something like that. She woke up in the hospital or some shit like that.
So basically, you showed her, hey, I'm gonna give you a second chance, but this one could happen if you fuck up.
This is what hell's like.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. But if it's like, go.
No, you go.
I was gonna go on another tangent about something else, but I want to hear what you were gonna say.
So okay, but bookmark that. But so there's a theory, right, that we are in hell right now. The life you are living, this is hell, right? And
brother, I'm chilling with you. It's heaven. Whoa.
But so they say the life we're living right now is hell, and this is so you could learn your lessons, right? What you haven't learned in previous lives, right? And when you die, you kind of go to like not heaven, but like what's that place between
purgatory?
Heaven? Yeah, you go into a purgatory, and then you're back to you reincarnate basically, right? You go into another body, same soul, and you're basically back in here, this reality where we're at right now. Not
in hell,
not VR, but but
yeah,
you go back to quote unquote hell to learn your lessons that you have not learned, because and I could see that as well, right? Because life is hard, bro. And you know what? Life is not the same for everybody else, right? Some people go through some really fucked up shit, right? And I'm not saying, I'm not saying I believe in that or that they deserve what they get, right? Because, dude, people like, I don't mean to get really dark, but people go through some really fucked up childhoods.
Dude, like for my anime listeners, my anime watchers, they go through berserker type shit, that life, that life, they have that life where, SA and stuff like that,
Yeah. There's children that get trafficked and like, dude, some really fucked up
their
shit.
Family get killed in front of them and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, And so, like, life is hell. It literally is. And not everybody's going to agree because, some people have a okay life, but...
Dude, and $1 million home, fucking Crocs every month.
Yeah, that, but not only that, but like us, living a regular life, like we take it for granted. Like it could be much worse. Like there's people, and we just think of like our, where we're at, the United States, but think of all over the world. There's people way far off worse. Like. Dude, they're starving, like fucked up shit. I don't have to mention it. They're making
do with way less.
Yeah. And so, like, life is hell. It literally is. But we take it for granted and we don't think about that because our lives are okay. We stress. We have fucked up shit going on too. But compared to the rest of the world or other people, even... even the people you might know or come across as strangers, you don't know what they're going through or what they went through as a child, Like, there's some fucked up shit. Life is hell, And so, like, there's a theory that, like, what you're going through is hell and you're meant to learn a lesson, Which is fucking crazy if you think about it. Because this world is very, very dark.
You're sent here to keep on replaying it until you get it fucking right.
And people are so desensitized and people are so blind, because they just think of
desensitized.
And they just think of their own little circle, right? Their own life and the people around them, but they don't think about the whole fucked up shit that's going on beyond. It's like
they don't, and that's what makes them replay again and again and again, reincarnate this reality, again and again and again, because they can't get it right. Like they keep making the same dumb mistake.
Yeah.
Which that's fucked.
And and like it's another theory that like you can't prove it right, but you can't prove it wrong. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it's another mythology,
It's not a
another
scientific
belief.
fact. It's not a
Yeah,
scientific fact.
yeah.
Oh man, that's terrifying if that's the case, because that means that I'm dumb enough to where I keep on making the same fucking mistake, whatever mistake that is. I keep making that mistake.
Oh, dude, I feel on that. Same thing with my
I've
love
thought
life
about purgatory a lot too.
relationships. I make the same mistake.
Man, we're not going there.
I know, but you're saying purgatory.
You're in purgatory, motherfucker.
I
Nah,
am, bro. I am.
I think about purgatory a lot lately. Like, no, not lately, but throughout my life and shit like that.
Mhm.
Like I always thought, and it could be an aspect of purgatory. Like, what if we're not in hell, and what if we're not? Well, definitely we're not in heaven. What if our whole life is purgatory, right?
Mhm.
And one of my thoughts about that is, what if when you die? Okay, this is gonna sound weird, and for the listeners, this is gonna sound weird. Bear with me. Check it out. What if when you die, in someone else's eyes, you died already? Like let's say a car was coming, right?
Mhm.
You're walking down the street, and the car's coming. In your eyes, you missed the car. You dodged the car. The car barely almost hit you, and it was enough to scare you, but it
Close
didn't
call.
hit you.
Mhm.
But in other people's eyes, in their realities, you got hit. That shit hit you, threw you across the floor, twisted you up, you bled out. They saw it. Cops came, ambulance came, you passed away on the way to the hospital, you know?
Mhm.
But in your eyes, your whole life, you never died. You're able to, in everyone's specific eyes, in their own realities, they live to be 80 years old, 90 years old, whatever the hell ages they live to be, you know? So they keep like aging and stuff like that. And like in your eyes, they died. You went through the funeral processes. You had to deal with, the loss, the sadness.
Mhm.
You went through it,
The
But in their
grief.
eyes, they lived till their last age, the last 80 years old, 90 years old. So like
Mhm.
in my eyes, I'm gonna live to be 90 something years old, right? But in my mother's eyes, in my daughter's eyes, in my brother's eyes, I've probably been stabbed to death. I probably got ran over. I probably slipped, fell, hit my head somewheres. And in their reality, I passed away. Now, in my reality, they still see me as still alive. Like that's my reality. Like they
You're
still see
still
me as
living
alive.
your life.
Nothing ever happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's normal and shit like that. But in like so my sister's eyes, right? My sister passed away.
Yeah.
Like in her eyes, she never got shot. She never passed away. She's still whatever, she's still right now she's probably what she would have been 21 years old or 20. No, she'd been 23 or 24 years old right now. So she'd still be that age. She'd be that age. My daughter would still have her in her life. Our
Oh.
family, we would still have her and stuff like that. And she's living her life until she's 90 something years old.
Mhm.
But in all of our eyes, she passed away. She died 2021. Oh, no, 2022. And that's our reality now for the rest of our lives, that we lost family members, we lost people. That's
You,
purgatory. That's an example of purgatory.
you know what's crazy that you mentioned that, bro?
Mm.
Fucking wild, bro. It's crazy that you mentioned. Okay, so my dad passed away 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're really close. We worked together, right? And
Oh.
we would dry pool. So no, dry pool. Forget
Yeah, I know what you mean. Carpool.
carpool.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad. I'm
yeah.
drunk.
You're like
We've been
me, brother.
drinking.
We're just
Yeah,
stick a little
yeah.
bit.
But so sometimes he'd pick me up and I'd pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
But after he passed away, bro, it was right after he passed away, like a couple weeks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream, right? I was driving my truck. I was running late to work, as I always do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving to work. I'm in a hurry. My phone rings, right? And
Yeah,
it's like these dreams are so real, right?
so
Like when I
realistic,
when I
vivid.
drive, I put my phone in a certain place, and I pick it up, and it's my dad. and he's like, "Hey, Chewy, where are you?" And I'm like, and I'm driving. And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dad." And he's like, "Chewy, I'm here at work. Where are you?" And I'm like, and I fucking froze, and I'm like, "Dad, you're dead." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, you're fucking dead. You're dead, Dad. You're dead." And he's like, "What? Chewy, what are you talking about? I'm at work." And in the dream, I start crying. And I'm like, "Dad, you're fucking dead." You know, and I just kept repeating that. And I'm crying, just, "You're dead." And he's just like confused, like, "What?" Like, no, I'm at work. And I'm like, "You're fucking dead." And I wake up and I'm crying, bro, in real life. But, you know, it's like what you said, bro. Like, what if he continued his life? Had no fucking
pierce
idea.
through the veil.
Yeah.
In your sleep, in your subconsciousness, in your sleep, you pierce the veil, and you're able to like see through his reality. You know?
Yeah. Fucking
No, like
wild. It makes sense.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I had a dream long ass time ago when I was younger. I was like probably I was like 21, probably 20 years old or something like that. And this is pre having a daughter. So I was young. And I remember the dream started. You ever seen the movie Crooklyn? It's a really good movie. The kids and the daughter, it's like the POV of the daughter's life or whatever, you know, like through her life and shit like that. And she has siblings, Gregory and all of them, you know, she has a father and mother and all that stuff. And she ends up, her mother ends up passing away, and she goes to the funeral, and it's just like a whole bunch of stuff, you know. And in this dream, I'm at a funeral home, and I'm sitting in like the office area, like where everyone goes through the front doors. They go to that little area where they sign the paper and stuff like that. Where, you know, they say their farewells and their last minute notes, you know, like their thoughts about the person. And then they go into the little funeral area where they see the dead body and stuff like that. I'm sitting in the office area, that reception area right there. My brothers are along the wall, and I'm sitting on the chair. And I think my sister was there. I'm not too sure if she was there or not. But I'm sitting in there, and I know that I'm at my mom's funeral. And I know she passed away, and I don't know how she died. I don't know how she passed away, but I know she's dead. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like losing my shit little by little. Like I'm like going crazy. Like it's hell. It's hell. And then somehow it fast forwards. We're in the limousine, and we're driving towards like to go bury her, you know. And I remember exactly where I was sitting. I was sitting on the left side. Like if you're facing the back of the car, the limousine, I'm on the left side, the first person before the door. And then there's my little brother, and then there was my older brother, and then there was this guy named Andy. He was our youth minister when I used to go to church and stuff. He was in the very back, like the back seat that faces left and right. And then my sister or someone, I want to say either my sister was there or no one was there, but I'm pretty sure my sister was there. She was sitting there, and I'm sitting in this fucking limousine. And then like Andy's all saying like, "Oh, you know, I'm sorry guys, like, you know, these things happen and da 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 da," and just saying, you know, bullshit, you know, like they say to people whenever someone passes away. And then I had a moment where it was just too much, and I just start losing my shit, and I'm fucking screaming and I'm yelling, and I'm fucking in the middle of the limousine, just fucking losing my shit, and no one's noticing. My brother doesn't notice, my little brother doesn't notice, Andy doesn't notice, whoever the fuck, either my sister
like
or
whoever
was there, like it's normal, like
yeah,
like they don't even hear me or see me screaming my fucking head off, losing 100%, lost my shit, gone crazy, just
Yep.
I woke up, I'm crying, fucking full on crying, and I have that, you know, the Mexican breathe where you're like, like, you know, you can't talk and you're just choked up and shit like that. And my older brother was in the living room. I slept in the living room. Like I passed out in the living room, so I had that dream and I was in the sofa. My brother was like sitting on the sofa too, watching TV, and he's like, "Hey bro, like you good, bro?" And I'm like, "No, bro, I'm not okay, bro." He's just like, yeah, you're fucking crying in your sleep. Like I heard you crying. You were like kind of like making noises, like you were like you weren't yelling, but you were like making a weird noise. And I just like I just had a dream mom fucking died, bro. And he was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, we're at her funeral, and it was fucking crazy, and I lost my shit, and Andy Frizzell was there, and da, da, da. And then like he's like, come on, let's go outside. And we went outside, and we ended up like my brother always had weed on him, always had weed, and he knew that that's what I needed at the time. And so he's like, come outside with me. We went to the front yard. It's probably like 7 a.m. Lights up a joint, fat ass joint, and we just start smoking. And then like little by little, the weed started kicking in, and I was just like, like it was a dream. It's not real. Mom's still alive. We're good, you know. But it was like
that's
so
what that weed does, bro.
realistic, bro.
Yeah,
that dream was so fucking realistic. Like it was hell. It was hell. I can imagine that's what your dream was like too. Like it was hell. Like you knowing, you know, Dad, you're dead. You know, you passed away, Dad. But he's like talking about tripping. Get the fuck to work. Come on.
He's like, bro, I'm at work. I'm waiting for you.
You're fucking late. Fuck, bro.
You know, and it's crazy because
how we talked about that.
yeah, dude, for real. Like once you started saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck, bro?
He's reading my mind.
Yeah, and you know, in those dreams, the emotions are very real. You know, it's almost like your brain can't tell if it's a dream or real life. You know, because the emotions and even your thoughts in dreams are very real. Yeah. Right? Because when you're in a dream, you think the same way you do in real life. You know what I mean? Even though some things don't make sense in the dream, you don't think about it. You know, you
don't think about like how the fuck did everything just fast forward? How the fuck was I sitting in the fucking corridor in that reception hall, and all of a sudden I'm in the fucking limousine? What happened to the funeral? What happened? Seeing the body? What happened to the talks? What happened? Nothing. It was just literally went from corridor to fucking to limousine. And my mind didn't think what happened to all that time wasted.
Because you don't question that, but your mind is thinking of in the moment, you know? And in that moment, you think like how you think in real life is fucking crazy, bro.
I want to say that the dream was like a movie more. Like it was like, that's why I mentioned that movie Crooklyn, because exactly how it happened in that movie Crooklyn was exactly how my dream was.
Oh my god, bro!
Exactly. Like it was like not. It wasn't like point for point, but it was like, you know, there was moments that were like exactly just like the movie. I feel like maybe that movie, because I seen the movie and I saw the like from an outsider's perspective of someone sitting in a fucking, you know, like seeing the little girl and her brothers in that waiting room reception area while their mom's body's in the fucking actual funeral procession, you know, where they do the funeral and stuff like that. Like from seeing it from an outsider's perspective, watching that family go through that, I was able to see myself from an outsider's perspective in that area, you know, like waiting in that room and having to go through my own mother's funeral and shit like that. The dream was like a movie, bro. And it's so real, but it's like a movie because parts that skip, you know.
Yeah, like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, you know? Man, funny you said that. I just watched the Quentin Tarantino movie today. Salma Hayek, man.
Oh,
that fucker. Okay, don't get mad at me, Quentin Tarantino. But facts is facts. That guy's going to hell, bro.
Wait, why do you say that? I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Okay. Get myself ready for this one, because Death Till Dawn, right? This fucker wrote himself sexually abusing. I should have just said essaying. I'm going to say essaying a lady. I'm going to cut that part out, but essaying a lady, the maid in the hotel.
Wait, right? What?
Yeah. He essayed the lady in the hotel, the maid, the one that they took. They took her captive or whatever you want to call it. And whenever George Clooney comes back into the hotel room, she's gone. You know, and he's like, "You sick fuck!" And he like grabs his brother and like is mad at him and yells at him. And he's like, "I'm sorry. He's just like, "Oh God, what's wrong with you?" You know, and they end up leaving the hotel. And they find that family, and then they end up taking them with them when they cross the border to go to Mexico. And then they go to that titty bar, you know? But he wrote that into the movie.
You know what's funny? Okay, now that's fucked up. That's some fucked up facts. But he also wrote himself in that role because he has a foot fetish. And so when Salma Hayek put her foot in his mouth and poured the wine or liquor, like he did it just for that as well, bro.
There's that. There's that. There's didn't he write that movie it's called not Pitch Perfect. What the fuck? This is very stupid fucking thought. But it was that movie where Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Oh, he wrote Pulp Fiction, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He wrote characters shooting people through walls and shit like that, and then fucking a drugged out female getting drugged around town by another drugged out individual, and just crazy ass shit happening the whole fucking movie.
Hey, but you know
he
what?
He wrote a lot of movies.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
No, it was a good movie watching as a person that's, safety in their home and shit like that. But, like, there's a lot of shit that he wrote in movies that were completely fucking out of pocket. That were like how'd you think of that? And then someone actually called him out on that. They asked him,
"Oh, no way!
Where do you come up with these ideas for these movies?" That. And he freaked the fuck out. He was just like, "Who do you think you are?" Don't.
No way!
Like he freaked.
He got
out.
all defensive.
You can look it up. It's on YouTube somewhere, but it's Quentin Tarantino freaks out on Interviewer.
Oh,
and it's because the interviewer just asked him, how does he come up with the ideas for his movies?
No way.
The girl, what was it? There was a thing about a girl. She did a night, like a movie thing, whatever you want to call it, like the movie opening or whatever you want to call it, like a screening with Quentin Tarantino and someone else, some other dude. And she said that, I want to say she was on coke the whole night or some shit like that. Like it was like a crazy party, I guess you can call it. I'm not going to get into the words what she used. I can't remember some of the words she said. And B, it was practically like one of those don't party with these two guys type situations.
Whoa.
So I'm saying.
That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood.
I'm not condemning anybody, but that guy Quentin Tarantino, man.
Okay. So earlier,
if anyone's gonna end up here.
yeah. So before we started recording, you mentioned a good topic, right? Which celebrities would end up here, right, in hell? Right? And so you mentioned one, and who else do you think, bro? We can name so many.
Not getting political here. But Donald Trump.
Oh, definitely, bro. Definitely.
That guy is definitely gonna end up in.
Oh, for sure, bro. I mean,
he's making the wrong decisions.
He's a liar, a thief, a con artist, and
the con artist.
And not to mention his best friend Epstein, right? Like, yeah,
we all know already. Yeah, he said that I didn't have the pleasures of being able to go to Epstein's island. What the fuck do you mean the pleasures of being able to go to that island? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, maybe he was trying to say like, oh, I wasn't able to go to that island. But even if he said it like that too, it would have been fucked. Like, what do you mean you weren't able to go there?
Dude, they were best friends for like 20 years, and there's so much evidence, like the birthday card Trump sent Epstein, bro. Weird.
So much, bro. So much. I mean, like I said, Epstein aside, and all those stuffs aside, the guy keeps making fucking bad decisions left and right, and he has a good mind. If he's able to make fucking hella fucking money and be a fucking genius businessman, then obviously he has a fucking working mind. And he keeps making the same fucking mistake. Yeah. Check it out. When I was younger, I made mistakes. I was like, there was moments where I was probably racist, and there was moments where I was bigoted about, women's rights and shit like that. Like I learned though from people telling me, no, this is wrong and this is right. And I learned, and I added it to my fucking life. I added. Okay, like when I was younger, I believed that women did belong in kitchens and men belonged working, and that the reason why men don't have all these jobs is because women are busy taking our jobs and right? I had a friend of mine who is now the godmother of my daughter. before Ava was born. Like I don't know, it actually wasn't before Ava was born. It was like when Ava was like a toddler, like I probably an infant. I don't remember. It was a while, a long time ago. But she was like, "What is wrong with you?" She's like, "The world you live now, what you leave behind, is going to your daughter."
Oh fuck!
She's like,
I bet that cut deep.
Dude, it made me think. I was like, okay, she's right. I'm leaving all of this to Ava, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want her to live in a world where men rule it and she has no fucking foot space and no room to talk and have her opinions and live her life and shit like that and make money for herself? That's to rely on someone to make money for her whole fucking life. Do I want that? Or do I want her to have her own freedoms and be able to get her own jobs and not have to worry about anybody telling her what and when to do something, you know?
Yes.
And that kind of brought me out of that headspace. Was like, I'm not living for myself anymore. I'm living for her. My life, my selfishness, whatever I wanted for me, that's gone. That's fucking out of here. That's not even in existence anymore. Before I had a kid, it was. I have a kid now. I have no choice in this shit. I have to make this world better for her to live in.
Yep. You have a little human now, and you influence her as well, you know? And that makes a big impact.
And the thing is that this fucking guy, this fucking walking Cheeto Puff, can fucking decide whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 2 days from now, 3 days, a fucking month from now. He can decide to take all the criticism that people are trying to fucking throw at him and not take it for granted.
Yep.
And like actually apply it to his fucking life and actually do better and want better for the world and want better for the people that are fucking living under his fucking rule and shit. You know, like,
but you know what's funny?
Going to hell.
You learn from that as being as young as you are, but imagine being 70 and still haven't learned. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm almost positive hundreds of thousands of people have told him, "You're doing this wrong, bro. You're doing this wrong, bro. This way of thought is wrong. This way of thought is not gonna work. It's not viable. It's not helping anybody."
Well, and he's just
he
grew up rich.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't apply to him.
He grew up rich because, and I could be wrong, but what I heard was that his father owned a whole bunch of construction businesses, and would build these businesses, have his workers build these constructs and shit like that, and then fire them or throw the business under at the very last minute once the business is done.
Yep.
Like when, like, let's say like the building's almost finished being built, he'd fucking let the business go under and not have to pay all these people their 401ks or you call it whatever the fuck.
Yep.
And then fucking he'd make a new business and have his new workers finish this building and then start on this next building and shit like that. And he'd only have to pay them for the months, but not for their fucking lives and shit.
So he did that. But also a lot of them were immigrants.
Under the table workers and shit.
Makes sense, right?
And then Donald Trump was able to be raised with that fucking spoon in his fucking mouth, you know?
Yep.
It's bullshit, man. Yeah, that guy going to hell. Sorry to say it. I know I'm not God. I'm not an angel. I don't know. I don't get to decide who is and who is not going to. That guy's going to hell.
Yep. Facts.
Who do you think?
That's a good one, bro.
You're not condemning anybody. We're not condemning anyone. We're not saying that they deserve to go to hell or that we want them to go to hell. We're just using critical thinking and saying it makes sense that this would happen, that this person would go.
Yeah.
Given their life choices.
Yeah. You know, obviously there's many serial killers in my list, right? Because anybody who kills or abuses innocent people, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a long list. I'm not gonna go through that, right? It's too fucking long, bro. You know,
I want to know every single one of those 105,372 fucking people now.
Yeah, but like, okay, what was that guy with the Nickelodeon scandal?
Oh, not Snyder. What was it? Fuck.
Was it Dan something?
No, it was Snyder. Dan Snyder.
Bro, that guy was a piece of shit, bro. And he used his power, in Hollywood to abuse. And like, bro, he was sick, bro. Like, okay, you know what's funny?
He ruined Amanda Bynes' life.
Yes, he really did, bro. He really did. And it's so sad, bro. And and these children on television, he took advantage of them, and that's just the
throwing this
stuff.
out there real fast.
Hmm?
Sorry, just throwing this in there real fast. Jerry Trainer going to fucking heaven. Okay.
Wait, who's that?
Jerry Trainer. That's the fucking remember iCarly?
Oh yeah.
The older brother.
Okay.
Crazy Steve going to fucking heaven. Going to fucking heaven automatically. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Automatic. Go ahead, my bad.
But yeah, that Dan guy, bro. Like, bro, he fucking got children, to go on this show, and he did weird, and I'm putting it lightly, very weird stuff, right?
Very lightly.
Yeah, bro. Like, it got, oh my fuck. This dude was a piece of shit, bro. And
he what's the word when you comb them? He groomed them. Groomed so many fucking kids.
He did, bro. And this went on for so many years, bro. And what's fucked up is so many people let this happen because he had that position,
and make it or break in Hollywood. This guy,
yeah, like just like Weinstein, but that's another piece of shit. He's going to hell too. You know what I mean?
Fucking the Eagles talked about him.
Weinstein. Oh, did they?
There's a song. You go to YouTube and you type in the Eagles, and then you type in song about Weinstein, and then
they made a song about him.
But they made a song about this guy that can get you to Hollywood, that can get you fame, and you have to sell your soul and stuff like that. And they made a song about it, but it never got famous. But if you hear the song, you're like, holy shit! Like you know what he's talking about.
Like, imagine, like, hey, you want to be famous? Well, do me these favors, Yeah, those kind of favors. Yeah. Yeah. And it's fucked up, but this is just what we know about, There's so much more going on in Hollywood that hasn't came to light, right?
Man.
It's so fucked. And we could go deeper into this, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. That's a whole nother fucking 2-hour conversation. But yeah, those two people.
We have a world just for that already too.
we do. But
poison, nah.
For real. But yeah, those two people, they're going to hell, bro. Straight up.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a movie called Starry Eyed. The Starry Eyes. I want to say it's on Netflix. I want to say it's on Tubi TV. But they talk about this POV, this woman. She wants to be a fucking celebrity. She wants to be a movie star. And she goes to audition. Nothing works. Nothing works. Finally, she ends up going to this one audition, and she goes to this restroom. She fails the audition, freaks out, goes to this restroom, and loses her shit, pulls her fucking hair out, like a chunk of her hair out.
Damn.
And the lady that was standing behind the auditioner, the main, like the dude that's hosting the auditions, there's a lady behind him. She has this weird ass pentagram necklace on, and she somehow, I don't know how the fuck, she pops up in the restroom whenever the lady's freaking out, and she knocks on the door. The lady opens the door, and she's like, "Do that again." And she's like, "What?"
Wait,
like,
what?
She's like, "Yeah, I want to see that again." And she's like, "No, like, are you crazy?" And she's like, "Okay, then then you're not what we need, Finally, the lady goes, she's like, she whips her hair on. She goes, "Yes." She goes, "You'll receive a call." And then she like fucking ends up receiving the call. She ends up doing the auditioning. She gets the fucking role, and then to solidify the role, she ends up having to meet this guy way the fuck up this fucking staircase, like zigzags and whatever the hell, to this house that's on top of this fucking thing. She goes in there, and the house is just a room. She goes inside. There's this old ass man in there, and he's the make it or break it guy. He's the Weinstein, I guess you could
He's
say.
the
And
man.
he's like, you have to, like you said, you got to do me a favor. Get on your knees, And she's like, no, da 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 da. Like, I don't want, And he's like, either you do this or you don't become a celebrity. And so she does the deed, and then fucking like a week later, whatever the hell, she has like herpes all over her face, and like her skin's all rotting and her hair's falling out, and she's fucking becoming this like ghoul, like this fucking monster. Disgusting. Fucking goes and murks all of her fucking friends and shit, and then fucking she goes to the Hollywood Hills and they bury her in the ground. They do this weird ass like fucking, what are they called? Like a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you know that song? Okay, you know The Weeknd, right?
Yeah.
You know that song, The Hills?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going through the house, and you see all the weird symbols on the windows and shit like that, like the shadows. And then he goes to that fucking room, and that, the make it or break it lady sitting up there with these beautiful ass women, and that's practically them telling him he's selling his soul for fame and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same scene as this fucking on this movie, bro. Ends up emerging from the ground the next day, completely bald, and kills her friend, her very best fucking friend, and then puts a wig on, and she becomes the next biggest fucking celebrity star. Whoa, my bad.
So she had to die and sell her soul, basically, and be reborn.
To fucking Weinstein.
Bro. Talking about fucked up movies like that, it's still along the lines of, same topic. Mm-hmm. But this one's really fucked up. It's really dark. And it's not even a horror movie, bro. I can't call it a horror movie. It's so fucking disturbing. I couldn't finish it. And you know me, I love horror movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this one is disturbing to like, okay, I can't say all of it because it's too fucked up for YouTube, platforms. But if you...
I'm just throwing this out there, that movie that I said right now, that Starry Eyes, I said nothing probably compared to the whole movie. Go ahead.
Okay, guys, check it out. Starry Eyes. I'm definitely going to watch it. But have you seen or heard of a Serbian film?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Dude, this is like...
Yes.
Goes into the depths of scum of the earth, right? Because...
Completely fucking... What's the word? Like, depraved.
Oh, my... Yes, bro.
Yeah.
This guy...
100% depravity.
So he was, let's say, corn star, right? But you know what I mean. And he's retired. He has a family, right? Wife and kids.
He was a mealworm.
And, he's struggling for money, right? And so the movie starts off with this guy naked, and this girl's giving she's giving him, oral, right? As he's watching home movies of the retired corn star with his family and stuff. Weird, right? That's how it starts. That's how the movie starts, right? And so that retired corn star is struggling for money. So this corn director hits him up, and he's like, yo, I'm going to give you all this fucking money. You're going to be rich for this corn movie one last time. But the deal is...
One last job.
Yeah. You can't read the script. You just have to come in, show up, do what I say. A day at a time. And, dude, it's fucking weird, bro. So I'm just going to tell you what I saw, and I stopped watching it. I read about it, what happens later. Oh, it just gets much worse, okay? So... He comes in, the retired corn star comes in, right? His scene is he stands up, this girl's on her knees and gives him oral, right? While she's doing that, he has to look up at these televisions, and there's girls, right? Under the age of 18.
Oh, no.
Sucking lollipops. While he's getting that deed done to him. Yeah, bro.
this was a movie that got banned in like hella fucking states and different countries and
It
shit, huh?
did. Yep.
Yeah. I know this
And
movie. Well, I
so
didn't see this
after
movie,
that,
but
I'm
yeah.
like, all right. I stopped watching it. But
You're like,
it gets much, much worse, bro.
mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even describe it because, yeah, it's fucked up, bro.
That guy's going to fucking hell.
Yeah,
Director of the movie, going to fucking hell.
Yeah, facts,
Director
bro.
of Starry Eyes, going to fucking hell.
Facts.
All these fuckers are going to hell.
Bro, half of Hollywood going to hell. Like Diddy, Diddy. Okay, bro, I heard this podcast, right? And about Diddy, and they went deep into detail, more than you would hear on the media, right? It went very fucking deep. And
Jay-Z, Beyonce, fucking all of them.
Dude, it is crazy, bro. But I'm not gonna get into that. You guys are watching, you could do your own research, but it's some really fucked up shit, bro. But fun fact, did you know Diddy, he would traffic pink cocaine? Have you heard of that?
I believe it.
So it was coke, but it was mixed with Molly and meth and other stuff. And it was pink. And Diddy, he was a cuck. So he liked to watch people, bro.
Yeah, I believe it.
And he'd be in the corner stroking it. And fun fact, this was on testimonies and all that, But because there was a guy that, he was part of it.
We're going to have to age restrict this podcast to letting you know that.
But Diddy hired him, and this guy talked about it publicly. And, he would do deeds with women as Diddy was watching it. And he would Diddy would be in the corner stroking it and be like, put on more baby oil.
That's where the fucking baby oil fucking
started. Yeah. He literally would do that.
This fucking guy. His fetish was watching people oiled up.
Yeah.
That was his fetish. That was a fetish of him.
Yeah, facts. Like, imagine you're like fucking ballsy just hitting it as he's watching, and he's like, "Hey, hold up, yeah,
put some baby oil on yourself, motherfucker." Okay.
Yeah,
she need to be oiled up too. Nah, I don't want her being oiled up. I just want to see you oiled up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was like
so
that.
Fucking wrong. Fuck. Yeah, he's going to hell.
Yeah.
No, but I heard a lot of shit, man. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z would have their children go to those parties too.
Wait,
and
what?
Blue Ivy, yeah, Blue Ivy's their daughter. She had a They said so. I don't know. I'm not saying that anything's factual. It's all hearsay, but that she had to witness a lot of that stuff, and she went from being this little girl, like super sweet, innocent. The world's a fucking dandelion, fucking amazing and shit. And if you see her now, she's like serious and like fucking doesn't want to be around her family, doesn't want to be famous and shit like that.
It's trauma. She's yeah,
she grew up and she saw shit. And they say apparently that she's like protecting her younger sibling and shit like that. Like doesn't want them to go through that type of shit. This is what I've heard. Yeah, this is what I've heard. I don't know factuals and shit like that, but I've heard it like different podcasts and different in not interviews, but like I read up a lot about this whole Diddy shit. Yeah. And I was like, there's like specific things that would stand out. Like, okay, like these people didn't want to go there, Like Ice Cube. I want to say it was Ice Cube and someone else, another celebrity, that were like, you ain't never seen us on those fucking on those Diddy tapes. Fuck Diddy for that shit. And they completely just disowned Diddy and shit like that. And it was at a show, and I was just like, fucking A. And I know Ice Cube was one of them. I don't know who the other person was, but I was
he's
just
a real one.
Fuck yeah!
Speaking about it publicly,
motherfucker,
bro, that's ballsy. That's ballsy, bro.
But you gotta think of it like this: Suge Knight's locked up. Suge Knight's not getting out. He's fucked for life.
Yeah.
Any real fucking hitters that Diddy had that was like top of the top, can't fuck with them, fucking, any top of the top motherfuckers that were for Diddy and shit like that, they're locked up.
Yeah.
Or they're staying hush about everything because they don't want to be thrown under the fucking wagon.
They're scared.
West Coast rappers can fucking talk about this shit now. They don't have to be worried about Diddy coming after them and shit because he's fucked.
Or especially like Ice Cube, he's so big, like he don't need Diddy. Like Diddy can't shut him up. You know what I mean?
There's nothing that Diddy has that he wants. He already has it all. Motherfucker makes movies, has his children making movies with him and shit like that. They're set for life.
Yeah.
I think they get probably $1,000 every time someone watches anytime someone watches Friday alone. There's 4 of them.
Crazy. Yeah.
Like he's paid for life, bro. He's paid for life. Man, those celebrities, man, like 70s aside too, like hell itself. We could go on for fucking hours about this shit. Fucking my main thing about it is those celebrities that are going to hell, purgatory, we're living right now. Like the what you call the test or whatever the hell that we're going through right now. They all keep making the same mistakes. The world, if more people listen to this shit, what they need to take away from all of this is get the fuck out of the trap that you're in. Start making the right decisions. Start fucking trying to figure out what would make you a better person. Not better than others, but better than yourself. What can you do to make yourself pass the test? To get the fuck out of this loop of purgatory.
I love that.
That's the takeaway of everything.
And not only that, but that'll just help your life in general because so many people are stuck because they're afraid, right? They're stuck in a job they hate because they're afraid to find a better job, right? They're stuck in a marriage they fucking hate because they're afraid to leave and afraid they won't find something better. Just situations like that in life in general. But I completely fucking agree with you. And, I don't know, all these beliefs and religions and all that,
they're just guides to tell us how to do better.
Yeah, and that's what I like about spirituality, and we'll get into that in another episode, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. But
the world for that one.
Yeah, we're in hell right now. But
yeah.
Like if you're a Christian, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna hate me, but you might go to hell. Okay, you probably will go to hell because there's no way you cannot sin, right? And unless you repent right before you die, maybe you go to heaven. But a car could fucking hit you. Anything, lightning strikes, anything could happen, and you didn't repent. Second
could be your last breath.
Yeah, you told a lie, and then you fucking got in a car crash. You're going to hell. You know what I mean? So all these people are worried about this, but I agree with you, bro. And just be a good person, be genuine, right? And help others, right? And
don't be a roadblock to yourself, and don't be a roadblock to others. Be a fucking path. Be a fucking direction. Like be an inspiration. I guess that sounds corny as fuck, but it means like do good, and the more good you do, the more good others will do. This won't be the future. And the world won't be this.
And I go by that, you know what I mean? Just be a better person and inspire people to be a better person. And that's why I like to be genuine, because it inspires people to be genuine, right? And it also weeds out the people who are evil because they are not genuine. They will not inspire you genuinely, right? They'll lie to you. But you weed them out, they're gonna suffer their own consequences. Don't worry about revenge, right?
You don't even worry about it.
Yeah, be yourself, be genuine, inspire others, and you know me, bro. I love doing that. I love inspiring people and helping them, guiding them. You
do it every fucking day.
Yeah, and maybe I'll turn up in a better place, And sometimes I wish I helped and inspired myself a little bit more than I do to others. But you know what? Fuck it, bro. As long as I'm helping people, it's fine, bro. You know what I mean?
All that matters.
Yeah.
All that matters.
So
like if I end up reincarnated on another Earth and I don't see you, motherfucker, I'll know you made the right decision.
Yeah. But hey, if we end up in hell, hey, bro, I'll see you, brother. I'll see you here.
Smoke a couple of joints, some fucking flammable joints and shit.
Wreak some havoc,
save
man.
Some hot ones. Be like, save some hot ones for me, nah.
Yeah, facts.
No more cold beer. Ooh.
But yeah, man, that was an amazing conversation. You're like,
fucking
doing sign language. But yeah,
fucking A, brother.
And until the next one, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. Everyone that's watching this right now, be Screaming Chewy on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, right? Or is it Apple Play, something like that?
Yep.
Anywhere you could see a podcast or hear a podcast or whatever, check them out. The Screaming Chewy Show, and you'll see all of our episodes there.
And Davinkle, you'll be tagged. Everybody follow him, Davinkle. Actually, on YouTube, it's Davinkle VR, but you'll be tagged, like I said.
Exactly how it's spelled here, but Davinkle VR.
No. And
you see a picture of Bobby's face. They'll understand.
And always great conversation with you, bro. Always great conversation.
Every single fucking time.
All right, brother.
So, shall we go through hell?
Let's go.